Okay, so anybody that will join us will have to let us know if we're lagging. Have
Yeah,
you got top chat on
I'll check. I
or
never check.
live chat?
Top chat?
I
Or is it live chat?
It's
Oh,
live chat that you might
live
be
chat.
on.
Right, okay. I'm on it.
Cool, and I am joining from my laptop.
Oh, I just got a notification that we're live.
Okay, live chat. Hi, Joanne. Okay, so we are officially live. We'll wait for some more people to join and then we will get into our Q&A. Happy anniversary to us. 1 year today.
Happy anniversary, Steph.
Yeah. Good evening, Monique. Hi, Alex. Hi, Noelle.
I just adjust.
Odd. Yay, so people are joining. That's good. So, Danielle, what have you been doing today?
So I tidied my whole house and cleaned it. I done a food shop and I almost napped. Productive.
Sounds like a very productive day.
Yeah, it was.
You would deserve a nap after tidying your whole house.
Yeah.
Hi, Mac.
And I mean, when I tidied my whole house, I mean, like, I tidied every room, I cleaned the bathrooms, I
Well, I
hoovered the
believe it.
carpet, I swept the hard floor, I mopped everywhere. Yeah.
I wish I had your get up and go. My get up and go has gotten up and gone.
Do you know what? I've just not tidied since Friday. So today came and I was like, I should really do something about my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like your time that you decide that is probably like a very, very small amount of time compared to my time when I'm like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, we have so many people on now, so should we just jump right into questions?
Yeah, why not?
So I have my laptop here and everybody has asked us questions for this Q&A. And I'm just going to read out the questions and then Danielle, you can have first shot at answering them because
And I don't have time to think about them.
yeah, well, we've not. So originally our plan was to write out the questions, have a think about them, and then answer them. But you know us, we're just going to. Oh, do we have any moderators in this chat?
I think we need some.
Yeah, let's.
What does that mean?
I think you know what
does
that means, right? Matt, I'm making you a moderator.
What's the first emoji though?
I think it's meant to be an eggplant, Danielle.
Oh, right, okay.
Right, Mac, I've modded you, I
Nose.
think. Did it work? Did it mod you? I don't know. Yeah, so Mac is. Did Steph's son do something special for this? No. And do you know what? I've actually just realised that I don't think I ever showed you guys what he made when we hit 20,000. And I was meant to. I'll show you. Okay.
Did I see?
Yeah. So
I'm trying to remember.
it's not going to be as effective as if I had planned it properly, okay? Because he made us a chocolate mold that says 20,000 and he made it at
Okay.
school. And I
I
was going
haven't
to
seen
make
this.
it's either for chocolate or ice. I know because I was meant to surprise you, but then it didn't happen. So when we hit 20,000, he made us this chocolate mold. So he didn't do anything for our anniversary. However, Madison, my daughter, actually made us a cake. It was terrible. It was disgusting, but the effort was there, and it was really nice of her to do it. I think she did something wrong. She did a substitution and it didn't work out. But it was really nice of her to try, and we did eat it. It just I only ate a little bit of it.
Yeah, I
Have you
don't know.
frozen again? No. Okay.
No, I was just reading the comments.
I don't think I'm going to be able to keep up with the comments today. Um, is there a way for me to make it just so? Because I think Beth did that. She made it so that only the people who are subscribed to the channel could comment. And I think that made things easier for the moderators. We don't normally get like randoms joining.
No, it's made
1
me
year
feel awkward.
anniversary and all the weirdos come out. Okay, how did Beth do that? Let me see.
Do I need to do it on my side since it's me that's?
No, I've got the 5 free
Oh, right,
cleaner.
okay. On your
I've got
laptop.
it open on my laptop, yeah.
You've not missed much, Rave, it's fine.
Yeah, Rave, are you still procrastinating? I don't know how to do it. Oh wait, moderation activity, what does that mean? What did I do?
I don't know what you've done.
I don't know what I did. I turned on moderation activity, I don't know what
Oh, I
that
turned
means.
on my green screen.
Mac, I think I need help. Da, da, da.
Highlight saved to your channel and listen to video.
Yeah, so I'll be taking the box braids out this week actually because they've started coming out. I don't know if you can see, they've started coming out themselves. This has been just over 4 weeks that I've had, well, actually 4 weeks today that I've had them. And they've started, like, you can see on that one, they've started coming out and it's really frizzy. And also because it's my first time getting them and my hair's quite fine, there's going to be a lot of breakage. So I'm taking them out. They keep getting caught in my glasses as well, like this bit here. I'm taking them out this week. Danielle's going to help me because I can't keep my arms up for like very long. So Danielle's going to help me take them out. And yeah,
Mac
we're
is
going to
on the
record it.
ball with these comments because I don't even have a chance to read them before they get deleted.
Yeah, Mac, how do I do it so that only people in like
Set
who
it to
are
subscriber
subscribed?
only. That's what
Yeah, but I don't know where that is. That's what I mean. Like I don't know how to do that. Participants. No, that's not it. Is it this one? Nope. Maybe you do need to do it in the settings. Have you got a thing that you can click on screen?
nope.
Did you look?
Yeah, I have. Green screen, this camera thing, which I'm guessing takes me away. I don't know what that is. Retouch. Mic, flip the camera around. I've got the chat thing. I've got a minus person, which I'm guessing takes you out of it.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Right, we'll just have to leave it. Pinky Winky, I think your comments are just getting deleted because you're repeating yourself. We're not setting you as a moderator. Thanks for the offer, but we've got Mac on the ball, so we don't need anybody else right now. He's on it. Okay.
Right, let's jump in.
Yeah, we've had lots of people say happy anniversary. Rave's just given up on cleaning. And yeah, I don't think we've missed much else. I think this is like one of the busiest lives that we've ever had. So jumping right into the questions, and I'm just going to quick fire them at you, Danielle.
Okay.
Okay, and
So,
also I
I feel
think
like a
I've got
talk
it.
show.
Is it from the oldest to the newest? Okay, it's the newest questions first, and these are just so the first questions are going to be the ones that are on the community post.
Okay.
If anybody else has questions, pop them in the comments. But for right now, let's just go for it. So, Danielle, has the free cleanings you do in any way changed or affected the way you look after your own house?
Yes.
Elaborate.
So I think before I was very like I couldn't sit in mess, like everything had to be tidy. I couldn't leave dishes in my sink. I wouldn't be able to comfortably be like, oh, it's fine, I'll get them later. But going into houses and being like, right, okay, it's kind of calmed that obsessiveness about having everything constantly tidy. So I think it's made me be a bit more relaxed in my own home.
Okay.
Your turn.
uh, for me, not really. Like, I feel like, so I've always kind of struggled with my house. Like, the cleans that we go to could very quickly be me because I have health issues and my brain is, I'm not diagnosed with anything in terms of like mental health, but the way my brain's always worked, I'm pretty sure I'm ADHD, but also
Yeah.
I have a lot of childhood trauma and I grew up, like the house that I grew up in is a lot like some of the houses that we clean. And so I have anxiety around how clean my house is, but I get like frozen and I can't get up and do something about it. Um, But I guess, like, cleaning these houses has made me think, because I've always thought, because of where I've come from, I've always kind of thought, "Oh, no, my house is like that." But then I suppose going into the houses that we go into, I'm like, "Okay, yeah, my house isn't that bad." I mean, my bedroom right now, that's another story. But, I think as well, Danielle, like, before we go to the cleans, you will clean your entire house.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I can't do that, because if I was to clean my entire house
You
before
wouldn't
going
be able to do the
outside,
cleans.
yeah, I wouldn't be able to do
Yeah.
the clean, so
I just
that's a little bit stressful.
the thought of doing, like, a really big clean and then having to come home and then clean my house when I'm tired, I'm like, "No, no, I'm not doing that. I wanna come home so it's all done and I can just be like, ah, today was a success."
Yeah, so what I need to do is just come home to your house after a free
Yeah.
clean,
Yeah, do
and
that.
it'll be nice and clean.
Yeah, we
But no,
can sit on the couch and watch YouTube.
my family have been quite good at, so I've been trying to, like, maintain my kitchen, because that's, like,
Mm,
the heart of my home. Been trying to keep on top of it. So the last couple of times that I've gone on a free clean, before I've gone, the kitchen has been okay, and I've been like, "That kitchen better stay like this, or you better clean it before I come back," and they've done quite
mm.
well at that. Okay. Um Why do modern women never want to clean and cook for her man? Yeah, bye. Okay. I'm just checking if we've had any new questions in the Mac, do I need to make somebody else a moderator? I'm so sorry you're having to delete all these
Yeah.
comments. Like, what is going on? We've never
We've
had
never
this.
been trolled before.
I kind of feel like we've made it now, Danielle.
Yeah,
We've
that's what
installed.
I was just thinking.
Okay.
Oh,
So next question. This again is from Rave.
okay.
Sorry, this is from Rave I Hate, not Rave Against the Machine. I'm not sure if that's the same person, because sometimes it comes up with different tags. So, what advice would you give to yourself if you could go back in time to just before starting the free cleans? Or what advice would you give to someone thinking about starting a free cleaning service?
Um, I was just looking at Mac's comment there.
Yeah,
Um,
I need Beth to jump on so she can tell us how to do it. Edit video. No, I don't think that was it. Just let me know if this messes anything up. If we break it, we'll start again.
I'm actually finding it quite funny, to be honest.
In the meantime, you answer the question that I just asked.
Okay, so what advice would I give myself?
Yeah.
Don't be scared to try something new, and don't be scared to be yourself. Like, I think my confidence has grew since doing this, especially like with you guys, with doing voiceovers, with coming on live and stuff. Like, just don't be scared to try something new. And to give someone else advice on starting a free cleaning thing is always be prepared. Like, I think you need to really be prepared to know what you're going to be walking into. Like, there's some things that overwhelm me and Steph. So, like, just be prepared to be able to mentally tackle that if you come across it.
Cool. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Do you want to start again?
Um, I'll maybe just make a couple more people moderators.
Okay.
Ray, yeah, if that's okay, I'm gonna make you a moderator. If Beth jumps in, she can maybe tell me how to do it, because she 100% did it. Jess Pixie, just because your name jumped out at me there, thank you for your gift from Amazon today that arrived. We really appreciate it. I had to tell them my age when they came to the door for some reason. I think it was because there was a cutlery knife in the box. Um, yeah, odds, because when you're live and when people are just scrolling through like reels, like, they can jump into people's lives, and we somehow get like random comments. Yeah, Robert, this is Fight Free Cleaning. We clean for free.
Max can text Beth for us.
Oh, perfect.
Right, your
Cool.
turn to answer that question.
Okay, so what advice would I give? Wear PPE at all times, no
Yes.
exceptions, wear a mask. That's the advice I would give myself. Too many health scares that I've had now. So yeah, Rebecca, I'm making you a mod. You can do with that as you will. And then advice for anybody thinking about starting a free cleaning service right from the beginning, try and automate how you accept requests, because that's the thing that we are struggling with the most right now is we
There's just
get,
too many.
yeah, for every one clean that we do, we get about 5 new requests, and we can't get to everybody. And because every person that requests help, we have like a personal conversation with, it's very mentally draining. Like,
Mm.
especially when we're like, you're on a like, so the way we used to do it was we had a wait list, and it's like, okay, you're on the wait list, we will get to you eventually. That is no longer a possibility. So now we're kind of like, we have your details, we'll be in touch if and when we have availability. But that's like telling somebody you've reached out for help, but that doesn't mean you're going to get the help, and it's heartbreaking. And that's the worst, absolute worst part of
Yeah.
this job.
Yeah.
So skip that part. Like, don't get too emotionally invested, because you're just going to break your heart later. So if you want to do these free cleans, automate it right from the beginning. I think Clean with B, she has like a Google sheet, like a questionnaire thing, and then they get submitted. And I think at one point she said she had like 2,000 requests, but most of them were landlords. So yeah, definitely that would be the advice that I would give.
Mm.
Okay. So next question. Oh, this question's for me. Have you managed to finally be the member of your book club where everyone buys a book yet? No. No. And do you know, right? So just for context for anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about, I'm in an online book group. There's about 20 of us in the book group, but people have like joined and then left and then joined and then left, that kind of thing. But about just over a year ago, we started doing like a monthly spin where everybody's name went into like this draw, and whoever won, everybody bought like a book or a book related item, or snacks and stuff off of their wish list. It had to be under £10. And so if there's 20 of us in the group, that's like £200 that somebody, like, that's one person is receiving in a month. And we've been going just over a year, and it's not been my turn yet. And I've bought for every person, but at least 5 of the people that have won have then left the chat. So it's really hard to moderate that. And then new people have come into the chat. And so it's like, so people who've not even been in the group as long as me have won. And I'm like, when is it going to be my turn? I want some new books and snacks.
How many people are in the group?
So right now, I think there's maybe like 25 of us, but there's still 10 of us that haven't won.
Mm.
So it could still be next year that I'll win. I've
Yeah.
already spent £130 on other people in this group, and I'm just like, where's my windfall? I would like to win, please.
It will come to you soon. All this
But
good karma.
yeah, but do you know, every time somebody wins and then they start getting like this influx of gifts from everybody else, it's amazing. It's great to see. I'm just like, yeah, I want it to be my turn now, please. So yeah, so no, I haven't. Yeah,
Like
think about
bug potato,
some
that is, yeah.
some
We read
people
that
were
at the same time.
leaving after. So, because the rule is you have to buy for people to stay in the draw. But then once you've won, there's nothing stopping you from either leaving the group or just not buying for somebody again. But you know, the moderators, if you were to stay in the group and then not buy after you've won, they would kick you out. Because the group isn't about that. It's a book group. So we read a book every month and then talk about it. So that's what it's mainly about. But everybody is grown really close, and they all like share their problems. So like last month we didn't actually do the draw because our admin, the person who runs the group, actually was made homeless. And
Oh.
so we all just like gave her money like as a like
Aw,
surprise, as a treat, because she was going through a really hard time. So we didn't do the monthly spin last month. That would have been the
that's
month I would
lovely.
win.
Yeah, probably.
Um,
Knowing your luck.
yeah. Okay. So let me read another question. Sorry, some of the comments are long and they're just like not questions. So this one's for you, Danielle.
Okay, I'm
She
ready.
says if it's too personal, you don't need to answer.
Okay.
But she knows that I'm married to Pete. Do
Uh-huh.
you have a man in your life, or are you happily single and doing it on your own? And if you are single and raising kids, well done to you. You're awesome.
Single and doing it on my own.
Because you're awesome.
Just waiting on the perfect man to walk in and marry.
Hashtag Team Danielle.
Yes. No, doing it on my own. Happy. Enjoying life. Living life. Socializing and yeah, it's good. It's fine. I'm happy. Steph's
Yep.
my other half, to be honest.
Soul sisters.
Pretty much.
Okay, so Rebecca at point 42 asked, this is an easy one. How many people have you helped in the past year? Rebecca, that's not as easy as you think it is. So we were just
I'll let you explain that.
yeah. So we were discussing this before. This was the only one that we were trying to prepare for in terms of questions because we used to keep like the way that we had our lists set out, we used to keep who we'd already booked in. But when we changed our system, we deleted that. So now it's impossible to see how many people we've helped. We estimate between 60 and 70 because we've been doing it for a year. We do at least one clean per week. But then some weeks we've gone to somebody like a couple of times. And then other weeks we've done more than one
Yeah.
person in the week. So back in the summer, I think for about a month or a month and a half, I was going to an extra person every week to try and get some back footage and then accidentally lost all the back footage. So it's impossible for us to check how many people we've helped because we can't look at the list that we had. We can't just look at how many videos we posted because we lost a lot of footage and also we've still got some footage that we've not posted. And then other times, I think there's been 3 houses that we've done that we've not been able to use no, 4 houses that we've not been able to use the footage. One was because there was just absolutely nowhere for the camera. I could stand with my arms out to the side and not even put them straight and touch the walls of the kitchen. It was the smallest flat I have ever been in my life. That was hilarious. So I cleaned that but couldn't record in it because it was too small. And then there was another one we went and did a clean for, but because of a domestic abuse situation, we just chose not to record at all. And then somebody else we cleaned for, but they had like a lot of offensive and identifying memorabilia on their walls.
Oh
So we
yeah.
chose not to share that one. And then there was one more. Oh, it was a mold situation.
Mm.
And I just didn't have anywhere I could put the camera. It was in a bedroom and it didn't end up being the clean that we wanted it to be anyway. So we didn't use the footage for that. So there's been a few. So we literally would just have to guess and say between 60 and 70 people that we've helped so far.
I want to try and double that for a year or two.
Oh, 100%. If my
Mm.
body doesn't break.
It's fine. I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up.
Wait there. So Max says there's an edit button in the live control panel. That's where you access the sub-only mode. Okay. Do you have that on your phone?
No. No.
Right, I can see a thing that says edit video, okay? So I
Okay,
click
so
it,
that must be that.
but I tried that. When I clicked it, there's no option. What's this one? Details? Let me just maximize this screen.
Okay.
Sorry for the people that are waiting for the questions. Permission, close. Visibility. No, that's the wrong thing. I'm not seeing it.
I don't have it either. It's up here. Yep. 'Cause- 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 'cause
Right, I'm maybe I can change the moderation from basic to hold potentially inappropriate to strict, hold a broader range of potentially inappropriate. But that means some people's comments might get held when they shouldn't. I'll just try it and see.
Mm.
Sorry that the trolls are ruining the video. Okay. That's just going to have to do because that's all I can figure out how to do. There's no other option here.
Right, what's the next question?
1 second. Open panel. Oh,
That sounds promising.
sorry. No, that was an
Oh,
accident. Oh wait, community moderation. What does that take me to? Oh wait, there I might have found it. Messages in your live. So you can keep talking, like reply to people in the comments while I'm figuring this out.
Good idea. I'm just trying to process. I know, who has the time? But there is people like that. To be honest, it's the first time we've actually dealt with it, so I'd say that's a win. We're a year in and we've never really been trolled or I mean, we get the odd comment that we have to delete on our videos, but nothing inappropriate really.
Yeah, that wasn't what I thought it was, so it didn't work.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, well, we'll just continue with the
With the questions.
yeah, okay, so next question. And this question sent me down a rabbit hole last night, by the way.
Okay.
In the future, could you do a big project such as building your future dream home with guest experts like electrical, plumbing, etc.? Or could you do a GoFundMe like Flawless Cleaning Services do to help fund your projects and decor for the homes? So do you want to have a crack at this one first?
So I think the more that we do it, the more we would, especially like the last video we released, some of the homes we go to, we really do wish we had more money, more funds to be able to support them, not just with cleaning, but furnishings and do you mean adding that little splash of homeliness to their homes, especially when they don't really have much of anything. And I think that's something that we're talking about and looking into and hoping we can help with in the future. And building our own house. Me and Steph want to live together. Most people that have been here for a while or know us know that we want a big house. If we were able to build it, that would be fantastic because we'd have like a library here, a dressing room here, and a games room. And I already know all these rooms. I keep telling Steph, like, we need a room for this. And this house just keeps getting bigger. Like, we would need to be millionaires, like decent millionaires, to own the dream house that I want. I keep telling her though, "It's fine, I'm gonna win the lottery."
Right. And then I was up until 2, 3 a.m. Okay. Because so obviously we have been talking about wanting to build our own house, okay? And we have not a penny between us, by the way. Just to
Yeah.
put in fact we have debt. Okay, just to put that out
We're
there.
minus, we're minus.
Yeah, we're in the minus. But there is land, right? There
Oh,
is
yeah.
land that is in a prime place and it is a really good price and it already has planning permission for 2 4 to 5 bedroom farmhouses right opposite each other like this, right? And so I was down a rabbit hole like, okay, I was on ChatGPT. I was like, how do I go from having zero to buying this land and building on it? And I'll put it on YouTube and all of this stuff, trying to figure out, like, okay, how can I do it? And so I ended up going down a complete rabbit hole. And in the end, I was like, okay, yeah, I can't do it. It's not possible. Um, but one day we
Mhm.
will. So what?
And I'd
What do
love
you
to
think?
get in on, like, the building and doing all
Yeah,
the DIY stuff and the tiling and the floor. I'd love to learn and do it all as well.
yeah,
Well, as much as I could.
yeah. So what I was thinking
Mhm.
is we start small. Like we raise the money to like what Tia Weston did. Okay, except
Okay.
she had money, but because she already had a house that she could sell. So let's
Okay.
just say that let's say we do a GoFundMe, okay?
Okay.
Um, and or a Kickstarter or something, and we raise like, I don't know, let's say £20,000, okay? And then we use that to buy a really small fixer upper house. And
Okay.
then learn the skills to fix it up and we document it on YouTube. And then we fix up the house, we
Mhm.
sell the house, we make more money, and we
Mhm.
keep doing that until we have enough
Yeah.
money to do our
To
big
have
house.
this big house. If we ever
So,
did get that plot of
yeah,
land with the 2 houses,
I mean, that's
we
gonna be long gone,
right, well,
unfortunately.
something similar. There'd definitely be,
Yeah.
like, a tunnel or, like, a connection to the houses. I'd need
We
to be
could
able to
do it
walk
in
to
the
your house without
underground
going outside.
library. Like, see
Hmm?
how we wanna have, like, the secret underground library?
Yeah.
That could be, like, under both houses and then connecting rooms, and we could be like,
Meet
"Danielle,
you in the
go and
library.
rendezvous in the library that's also gonna have the wine cellar part for you,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
the
that sounds good.
massage chairs." That's the plan. So that's the dream, guys. That's the dream.
Yeah.
Um Yeah, our credit is not good enough to
No.
get a loan for that. Like I
No.
say, debts. But one day, one day. And I'm crap at DIY. Whoever just said we'd be good at DIY.
I'm pretty good.
Danielle is pretty good at
Yeah,
DIY.
pretty
I'm
good.
good at the management side of stuff. So I'll be like finding the people that can do the work or teach us the work. And Danielle, also, you know a lot of tradespeople.
Yes.
I know a
I
few
do.
tradespeople.
The
But
thing
I
for
feel
me
like
is like, so I could buy some shelves. This is where I would need your help. So I could buy shelves, but then I'll sit with the shelves for like 6 months because I'll be like, do I want them here or do I want them there? Like I can't decide where to put them. So you could be like, right, put them up there, and I'd be like, right, okay, no bother, I'll do that. It takes that
too
like
much
that side
in the
off.
planning part
Yeah,
of it, and then you'd be the execution, and I'd obviously do the YouTube stuff and the camera stuff, and just together we'd make it work.
yeah.
Oh, is Jamie Chaotic in here? When did she jump in? Oh, thank you, Kitten Army Warlord. Also love your name. Okay, Jamie Chaotic, a hidden library bunker tunnel. Jamie, I am making you a mod, please. Also, you probably don't know me very well, but I watch all your videos. Standard mod.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's secret library. So it started off with a reading nook, and then it went into just like a room, and then I was like, see if we ever get a house, we could have a basement. But
And I've
instead of
always
it being
wanted a
like
secret room.
yeah, instead of it being like a creepy, dark, wet basement, it'd be like a library that would be cool. You'd turn on the lights and it'd be just like, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so next question. Oh, and also in terms of because that was a two-part question. In
Mm,
terms of the like doing GoFundMe's like flawless cleaning, the only thing about that is first of all, I actually don't really like asking people for money. I think we've only really asked we do ask
yeah,
for like people to join our memberships and stuff, but with the intention of giving you guys something back. We just suck at it. And then the only time I've ever actually done a GoFundMe on the channel and asked for money was for my friend's wee boy. And that was back in November, and it was a
yeah.
very emotional time. So that's the only time we've done that. And I think the reason that it's so successful on Ben's channel, because he raises incredible amounts of money, but I think people really get to connect to the people he's helping,
Mm,
whereas ours is an anonymous service. So you would just have to trust, that we're helping these people, but you wouldn't get to see their reactions and you wouldn't get to see the impact that it has. And so I don't think the fundraising would be as effective as it is over at Ben's channel. Um, but yeah, like if anybody doesn't watch Flawless Cleaning Service, check him out. He started with power washing, and I've followed him since he did power washing. So he started with power washing and then went on to just do gardens, and it's become like a whole family venture. His dad takes part, his uncle, his cousin, his friends, and then his wife like is often behind the camera and stuff. And there's just it's like a whole thing. And now not only do they do gardens, they've been renovating a house for a person called Jim. They've fixed up people's roofs. They've done secret makeovers. It's been like such a journey and such a very quick journey. But check them out. Thank
Someone
you,
said
Cindy.
you can invite your book friend clubs over to the library and make it a snack potluck.
Oh, so my book friends are all over the country. Like there's a few in Ireland, and I think there's one person local to me, and I still never met her. It's kind of like we like to stay like these mystical people in our phone, if that makes sense.
Thank you, Cindy.
Oh my God, Noelle, thank you.
I'm not even there yet.
By the
Oh,
way,
thank you.
I just because people are sending in these supers, I just want to say, since our video posted on Sunday and we had obviously gone out and done that shopping, sorry, on Saturday, and we went out and did that shopping for the pregnant mum, we have had so many donations. I think we got about $370 donations on Buy Me a Coffee, and then we've had quite a few super donations, and it's more than made back the money that we spent in that house. So now we will be able to, like, it will help for the rest of this month,
Yeah.
because we were a bit like, we didn't mean to quite spend as much as we did, and so we were a little bit like, oh, how are we going to cover the rubbish removal for the rest of the month? And that has more than made up for it.
Yeah.
And then some. So hopefully we'll be able to help more people doing that as well. So just thank you so much. Okay, so
Guys,
moving on
amazing.
to the next question. Have you ever had to stop a cleaning halfway through? If so, why? And then there's a follow-up question.
Yes, we have twice. Both times because Steph's asthmatic and doesn't like wearing a mask, and she thinks she's Superwoman and her asthma won't be affected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So has it only been those two occasions because of me? Has it not been anything else? It's been
No, I
me,
don't
hasn't
think
it?
so. I
Yeah,
think it's, yeah,
okay.
it's been you.
Yeah, so that's the only reasons we've had to stop a clean halfway through is the first time I was
Sorry.
hospitalised, and then the second time I thought I was going to have to be hospitalised because the guy had like this giant 19 stone Russian bear dog, and I didn't have a mask
Absolutely
because the house
stunning.
wasn't that bad. Yeah, well, we have a picture actually. Oh
Yes.
wait, that clean, because we've since been back since leaving that clean. We've since
Mhm.
been back and finished the job that we originally went to do. I had a mask on this time, and we have a really cute picture of Danielle with the dog. So that'll be on.
The
I think
dog's
it's
head literally came up
next
to like
weekend's
here on
video.
me. It was
Yeah,
huge. Its head is bigger than my own head. It was lovely.
yeah. So that'll be this coming, like the next video you guys get. Oh, and then Petra said, "Are there certain conditions under which you would turn down a cleaning?" There's more
So we
questions.
haven't yet, but
That's not true.
well, there was one that we never actually got round to. And we were kind of sitting on it, and then I'm sure it was Clean with Bay came up and she done it.
Okay, so we've actually turned down a few though.
Oh right, okay, no, yeah, there was. Well, that one we never actually turned it down, but now if we ever got one similar to that, I wouldn't. I don't think either of us would be able to do it. It had a spider infestation.
But like a really, really bad one. And if anybody doesn't follow Clean with B, if you go and follow her, she did a house in Scotland, and
Hmm.
that was actually in Fife, and that person had reached out to us, and we had just not gotten back to her because we were debating on whether or not we could do it, and obviously we had that long list, so we kind of didn't have her as a priority simply because we couldn't bring ourselves to go.
Yeah.
And so thank God that Clean with B stepped in and did that one, because watching that
No.
footage, we
No.
100% could not have done that.
That would
And
definitely
also,
been one
like,
that we
she did it
left.
to a way higher standard than
Oh
what we
yeah.
would have done it to.
She
So,
spent 11 days on it, and she spent 5 grand.
yeah, which that time and resources are not within our reach right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we turned that one. Well, we didn't technically turn it down. We just never really.
Yeah. But if we ever had something like that in the future, it would be one that'd be like, we can't do that.
Yeah. So there was that one, the spider infestation. There was
Hmm.
another one that she had told us a story,
All right,
like
yeah.
the circumstances. Danielle arrived at the house and it turned out the woman had lied to us. And normally, like, sometimes people will lie and say like, "Oh, like it wasn't us that made the mess. I've been away
Thank you,
for a few
Joanne.
months. I've come back and it's been like that." And that's that kind of lie, that's fine. That's understandable. Like they're too maybe too ashamed or embarrassed, and they don't want us to
Mhm.
know that it was them. That's fine. But she actually lied, about her situation in terms of saying that she was a single parent and didn't have any money, that kind of thing. And when Danielle arrived, it was the husband that answered the door, and they were getting their roof redone at the time. And so we were just like, don't think you qualify over somebody else who's genuinely in need. And if
Yeah.
she'd been honest and said we just felt really deceived, so we didn't go ahead with that one. And then we've had a couple of requests for help from people who it like a parent has passed away and they have to empty the property to hand the keys back and things like that. But we've kind of prioritized people who are currently living in those situations
Mhm.
rather than houses that are empty, because we're not a removal company. We're not there just to go clear out a house. But we do always refer them to trash converters, and a couple of times we've been able to foot the bill to help people out. But yeah, so there's been a few that we have turned down, but that's pretty much it. Petra's other questions: what do you do to unwind after a long or exhausting cleaning?
So, to be honest, I don't really get the chance to unwind because I usually get home and then I get my kids and it's usually like dinner, bath, but so it's kind of just jumping right back into normal routine. But just sitting and doing nothing's nice. Like just being able to just sit down and even just scroll mindlessly on your phone or read a book, like just sitting and doing nothing.
Yeah.
But then most of the time, I don't get the opportunity to not have to jump right back into family life.
Yeah. So that's generally the same as me, because we tend to clean on a Sunday. So if Danielle's children are at the dad's, when she gets back, she obviously gets the kids back straight away. When I get back from my clean, we have to get back by a certain time because my husband plays football on a Sunday. So we literally both get back and are straight back into mum mode. Generally, I have time for a quick shower before he goes, unless we're running late.
We didn't figure it out,
Um,
Beth.
Yeah, no, we didn't figure it out.
Mm.
I've no idea what buttons to press. Um, but yeah, but my kids are a little bit older and can entertain themselves and stuff, and generally they're sitting down to dinner. So what I do to relax when I get back from a clean is watch Tia Weston, because she posts on Sundays. And I think I'm addicted, because this Sunday I was like checking for the video and it wasn't there, and I was like, because I watched mostly on my TV, so I had to like log into my phone. And I was like, did she put a post up about why she's not posted? And my husband was so funny because he was like, "Do you think people like do that for you if you don't post? Like, go and check and see if you've put up a reason why." I was like, "Oh,
I hope
maybe. I
so.
don't know." Yeah.
Right, you're on the
Um,
computer, so Beth says to get on the computer.
yeah, Beth, I'm on the laptop right now.
I
Wait,
also watched Beth's New York video. I found it quite funny. I watched it while I was babysitting Steph's kids.
yeah, your intro was hilarious.
Yeah,
Like, I'm lost. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. I'm lost again.
yeah. I thought the video was going to be just that. I thought that would have been quite funny. Just a contemplation of lost clips.
Okay, I'm just waiting for Beth to tell me what to do.
Like I don't think you actually understand like the grandness of it from a video though. Like I think we should go to New York one day
Well,
because
we
I'd love
have to
to
go and
just
see Beth and Mac before we go to New York.
right. Well, we could do like a road trip.
Okay,
Like
let me. So I've got to go to studio and then click on the live. Uh, We can do the road trip, but
I'm driving.
yeah, you're driving.
How did I know you were going to say that?
Because I've already told you that's what's happening.
What if
Okay.
I accidentally forgot what side of the road I
Customization.
was meant to drive on?
Beth, I don't have a customization option when I go onto it in the studio. Wait a minute.
So we wouldn't be
Wait.
driving then,
Go into
Ellen.
studio, click on that live, go into customization. Right, so I'm on. the live on the studio. What am I clicking now? Because I've been in here a couple of times and I've not seen it. You can answer any questions that pop up, Danielle.
It's raining again, guys. Yeah, road trip in the US. How long, like, so me and Steph are both really bad at geography, but how long would it take to do a road trip from one side of America to the other?
Like just from Beth to Mac, or like
No,
literally the
no, like
entire,
literally America across, or hitting like the main, because you don't want to
like
just
from
drive in a
like
straight line across.
east to west?
We'd have to do north to south as well then. I think it's too big for me. I've got too much ambition.
Rave, we've never had 98 people in our live. I don't really want to stop it and then have everybody restart.
Mhm.
I just feel like it won't work. Try default. Defaults. Do we have?
I think we should, like, once our kids are grown up, we should go and spend like a year in America.
So you'll have to take a backseat on that one, I'm afraid, because I already said to Pete that once the kids grow up, we're traveling like the UK for a year in a camper van.
Okay.
But then I'll come with you to
Do I get to
America.
come to that too? Or is that just a husband and wife, not husband and wife and third wheel thing?
You can come, but not in my camper van for obvious
Okay.
reasons, but also because that way we can still do the free cleans once a week. The rest of the
Yeah,
time
we
can
could
be
do it
exploring
around
the
the
area.
country.
Yes,
Free,
yeah.
clean UK.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to edit this. We'll know for next time before starting to do it so that
Yeah.
only people that are subscribed can comment. I can't figure it out. Okay, let's get back to the questions. Rave's kicking out the weirdos anyway.
Yeah, notice
Oh,
that.
Beth's a way to try on her own. Are you going to do a fake live, Beth? Because everyone will leave us and go to you. Okay.
She's getting 7 days. Too.
Will you get a predatory camper van loan? I wouldn't even be accepted for that, Rave. And I think I've learned from Beth's mistakes not to do that. It's under customize. Beth, I don't have the customization option. There's no customize.
Okay,
There's,
so Jess, we
I'll
were.
tell you what, right, I'll tell you what I have.
Yeah, I'll let them sort this out first.
I have details, analytics, editor, comments, languages, monetization. And when I click on those things, nothing. Oh, and I have copyright and clips. Am I
Details.
not on the right thing?
Details.
Okay, so I'm in details, and then I have just what you would normally get when you upload like an actual video. There's no option to limit who can comment.
I think you're safe, Hod.
Yeah, there's the bit that says comments and ratings, it just says comments on, pause, or off, moderation, non-basic, strict, hold all, and sort by top comments. Like it's literally just as if it was a
Look
normal.
at the bottom left.
Wait, this is not. 1 second, because that's not the right video. I was looking. Do you know that fake video that you did previously, Danielle,
Yeah.
when you forgot to edit it?
Definitely.
That's the video I was on. Right, wait there. Okay, I found the customize. I'm in the right thing now. Found
Woo!
the customization. Thank you. So confused. Okay, who can send messages? Subscribers. Yeah.
Woo!
Oh my god, by the way. Done. That should be the weirdos gone. Thank you, Beth. That
Right.
it threw me off because Max coming at Scotland, clicking 3 buttons and flying back home. Okay, let's get back to the questions. We still have so many questions.
Jess Pixie asked what made us want to do the clean for free.
Okay, you want to tell that story?
So we have like a group of mums that all meet up, um, and we all kind of help each other out. And Steph was needing a wee bit of help, kind of get her house on track. I don't know if you want me to share.
Yeah, I've shared the story before,
Right, so
so
she was getting a kinda she was looking or trying to get, like, kinship or guardianship of
yeah,
her younger
kinship.
brother. So social work were having to come out and assess her house and stuff, so we all came around and we're like, "Right, we'll clean something, we'll do something," and we were all sitting in the kitchen, and Steph was basically like, "What about people that don't have this kinda support or this kinda group where you can lean on people and we can all help each other out?" It first started off with like, let's go to each other's houses and just every week all of us can go and help each other in our houses. And then Steph was saying to me about watching people clean, and I was like, I love videos like that. It's so good. And she was like, would you want to do that? And I was like, yeah, I'd love to do that kind of stuff. And then next month, I know she's like, we've got our first clean booked, the insurance is done, and she just charged on ahead. And I was like, right, okay, so we're doing this then. And it snowballed from there. And I mean, there are times where I'm like, what did I sign myself up for? Like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And then something comes around the corner and I'm like, no, yeah, okay, I'll keep doing this. This is fun.
You're never getting out of it now. You're trapped. You're
Yeah,
trapped.
no.
Yeah, so Mac's saying all me, but it really was, Mac and Bonnie
Mm,
and Barbie and Ari. And I mean, the first one I think I ever watched actually was Living with Cambria's Helping Hand series. I think I came across her videos before I even came across Ari's videos. And how I said at the beginning of this video that, like, being in these people's houses that we're cleaning for has actually made me like less anxious about my own house because of my past. Well, watching those videos helped with that as well. And like
mm,
a lot of the techniques and stuff that we've learned, oh, sorry, I'm looking up there because my TV's over there. A lot of the techniques that I've watched on these videos has shown me how to do my house. Like I think Mac, you did a video like, oh, if you don't know how to clean, this is the things that you should be cleaning and how often. And like half that stuff, I was like, well, I've never done that before. Um,
Just
I
start
came
doing it
across a
now.
video of somebody like cleaning their washing machine, and I was like, "Oh my God, I've never thought that I had to clean a washing machine because it cleans. You'd think it would keep like it would clean itself, but it doesn't." And when I actually discovered that, yeah. Now I know why my washing machine used to break down all the time. Um, so yeah, just watching, and that's the thing, like when we clean people's houses, we're not just helping that. This is what I like the most about what we do is that we're not just helping the person that we're cleaning for, we're
Yeah.
helping all the me's out there that are watching the videos. That's my
Mhm.
favorite thing about um
And not even like learning how to, but like a lot of people put us on to get that motivation to get up and clean and body double and get that. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I video call my pals and I'm like, right, give me motivation. And then that'll make me get up and then I'll go and tidy up. So
100%. Oh, sorry. Okay. Next question. What was your favorite clean that we've done so far?
oh, that's a hard one. I think probably the first extreme clean.
Okay. So that was, for anybody that doesn't know, that was
Mhm.
the one that it just had like a living room filled with cans, mostly cans, and
Yeah.
then the kitchen had like the oven had like grease icicles coming out of
Mm.
it. That was mental. Like never seen anything like that before. So that was one of the very first houses we did. I think it was
Mm.
like the third clean we did. And that was actually the video that our channel just blew up. I think Mac came across the video and shouted us out.
Yeah.
And it actually happened on Kai's birthday as well. So we
Mm.
went to bed and woke up on Kai's birthday and had like another 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind we only had about 10. the day before, and then we'd slowly gain traction, and
Yeah, we
all
went
day
up to
long.
like 70 or something
Yeah, and we
slowly.
like, me and my kids were watching, we were on holiday for Kai's birthday, like, at a caravan, and we had terrible Wi-Fi, and me and the kids were watching, and I was like, "Oh, it's gone up another 10, it's gone up another 10." And then it was at 120 subscribers, and I went to sleep and woke up to, like, over 1,000. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my God." I was like, "What happened?" And I was so excited, and I couldn't actually check what had happened because of my internet signal. And it was Kai's birthday, so then I wrote posts, thanking everybody for joining, and everybody wished Kai a happy birthday. So that just like
Mhm.
made his whole year. He was ecstatic. So that was your favorite one that you've done so far?
Yeah. It's
I don't
probably my
know.
favourite because I think if they were all kind of like mediocre cleans, I probably would have got bored. So it was
Yeah,
my first like extreme, and I was like, right, okay, yeah, like look at the difference, look at the satisfaction, and that's what I was like, right, okay, this is why I'm doing this.
yeah. I definitely like that we have a variation of cleans. They're not all
Yeah,
backbreaking, getting rid of millions of bags of rubbish, and they're not all like slightly older person that hasn't been able to clean their baseboards. So there's
yeah.
very, very much a mix. I like that. My favorite clean, I would. Okay, so it was probably. Do you know that one that we did? And I think the title of it was "We Loved Cleaning This Home." It was
Hmm.
like just the perfect mix of like needing to bag up rubbish, but then needing to clean it. And it was by the sea. We went for a lovely lunch. Um,
So I
it was
remember going
organized.
for the lunch, but I don't remember the cleans.
You did the kitchen. The part of right. This'll
I
jog your
always
memory.
do the kitchen.
The part of the clean that you hated was the soiled sheets.
Oh right, okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
But that was
remember.
probably my favorite clean, apart from that part of it, because it was like it was just such a big transformation, but not as much work as like the really, really extreme
Yeah,
ones, but then not as boring as like the
it
mediocre
was a good
ones, if that makes sense.
mix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like it was just the perfect equilibrium. So that's probably my favorite. Okay, so this person that asked that question also said, "What is your best dance move?" This one was for both of us, but I don't think I have a best dance move.
No, I think I just go to the beat.
Yeah.
Feeding the ducks.
Like the type, what's this one? From
It's Austin Powers.
what's that band? No,
No,
not Steps. Oh no, wait, it is Steps. That song that was by Steps. I don't know.
I don't know.
I,
Yeah.
no, I can't think of a dance move. We'd have to like actually go out dancing and then be like, yeah, this is our move.
Mhm.
Okay, so next question.
Our holiday content.
Yes, yes. So what is your most memorable cleaning?
Probably the one where you nearly died.
Yep, that would do it.
Yeah. I think I still have trauma. Like anytime like Steph's struggling, like I really notice it now because like even yesterday we were in Steph's house and we were doing some stuff and I could hear her breathing and I'm like, I notice your breathing, I notice
Mhm.
I pay a
To
lot
be
more
fair,
attention to you now.
yeah, to be fair,
Yeah.
like I've always struggled with my asthma, especially like
Mhm.
with dust, and I'm allergic to a lot of animals and stuff, and it always affects my chest straight away. So like yesterday when Danielle was at my house, we just literally moved my sofa to clean behind it, and because of the dust, I'm still like wheezy
Yeah.
today. I've had to take my inhaler like more often and stuff. So yeah, I can see why that would be your most memorable cleaning. I think for me, the most memorable one probably is the one that like the first extreme one that we did, because like I say, that was the one that made the channel kind of take off, and so that will forever like be
Mhm.
the pivotal moment of the channel, I think. um what cleaning was worse than you expected? And I know what I'm answering for this one.
So the one that we did not long ago, where the resident had rescue dogs.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that one.
Because so we asked for like photos, and sometimes photos can be deceiving. And
Yeah.
Steph's not really good at judging photos at
No.
all. Usually she's like, "Oh, it's not that bad," and I'm like, "Are you sure?" Because that looks bad to me. But then I also feel like some people might not want to show how bad it is in case they're scared that we're gonna be like, "Oh, no, we're not doing that." So I feel like sometimes they just take, like, a picture of, like, a corner of an area when, like, we want the full view of that room, like, we want to know what we are doing.
Yeah.
Um, so I
We
think
always
that
say to
one.
people, "Oh, it's just so we can see the scale of the
Yeah,
job." It's not because we're gonna be like, "Oh, that's too bad for us." Apart from the spider infestation, that's literally the only exception to that.
yeah. So I think that one that we did a few months ago,
Was it a
with the
few
guy.
months ago already?
Yeah.
Wow, the time is flying. So
Mm.
for me, there's 2, okay? So the first one was the one where you came and did the voiceover on that video for the very first time. That was when the direction of our the format of
Right,
our
okay,
video
yeah.
changed. So that video was titled Biohazard Kitchen. That was worse than we expected.
Yeah,
The smell, that was the first time we really had to deal with smell, and
yeah.
not just smell, but the texture of the rubbish. That was like way worse than what we were expected. And then we also had problems with getting rid of the rubbish in that one. And then the other one that was worse than I was expecting, because I'd been in the house already. So I had gone into this house myself, and this was before I was had the asthma attack because I'm not allowed to go in myself now. But this was before I went before that, and I went in the house myself and I did a bathroom clean. Have you frozen, Danielle?
No, I'm reading
All
comments.
right. And I did a bathroom clean. So I'd been in the house and I had seen the kitchen, but I hadn't seen the kitchen because when we
Mhm.
actually went back to the house to do the kitchen, we got rid of that top layer. And I think, Danielle, you were actually sick. I'm pretty sure you were sick. Do you know what house I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah, I do.
I'm
Yeah, I
pretty sure you
was.
were actually sick. And that video was titled Thank You Trash Converters.
Mhm.
That is that was we were not prepared for the smell on that day. So I would say that was probably worse than we were expecting, especially
Mhm.
because I'd already been in the house. Um,
Right, well, you're looking at the next one. Um, so the house where the hats, she had the hats on the walls. You know the one that had like she bought off Amazon and she was
yeah,
selling things and she had like it was like a TARDIS of just loads of stuff. Someone thought that that was quite
the
interesting. I
eccentric
actually forgot about
lady.
her. She was quite memorable. She was very eccentric woman. I
Yeah,
really liked her personality. Mac
she
put
was
in that.
hilarious.
Hmm.
She was hilarious. Did she not
Yeah,
have you calling her like grandma or something?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
come to your granny or something?
yeah.
Like she did not like me. So
Yeah. And Max said about like he does cleans with rescues and they have like 8 cats and 4 dogs and the place is destroyed. And do you know what? See, for me, I really struggle when people have got pets and their house because it's not just them that their environment's affecting. It's like their animals as well. And I know no one ever wants to put like no one gets an animal and thinks, oh well, I'm gonna have you in horrible conditions, but I'm an animal person and yeah, I'm like, right, I want to clean this for this pet.
yeah.
So
I think often as well, like in those situations where the houses are really bad, but they've got so many animals, it's probably the animals that are keeping them going.
yeah, that
When your mental health is
company.
that bad, that the
Yeah,
house is that bad, then if the like it's sad that the animals are in that house as well.
yeah,
But if those animals weren't there, then maybe that resident wouldn't be there either.
yeah. Rave Against the Machine says that when we have more time, he hopes that we start doing 2 cleans a week and we start visiting the houses. This is actually something we spoke about because come as late as October, we are hoping before that we will have Monday to Friday 9 till 3 every day, so we can go and visit a house. We can do like 2, maybe 3, or multiple visits to one home and try and help them a little bit more. So that is something that we will be doing. That
Yeah.
I'm actually so looking forward to.
Yeah, and I think it'll be less taxing on our bodies as well because we won't have to try and go like all out in the
Mhm.
time. Or if we're having a day where we're not really feeling it, we can be like, that's fine. We have 3, 4 other days this week that we are available to do this. So I'm kind of looking forward to it for that reason as well, because I feel like it'll be easier to manage. Because then if that way, if we only feel like we can manage an hour or two that day, that's fine because we know we're going to go back the next day and we can do 3 hours the next day kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, we will visit them. Sorry, rave. We will visit them before. Rather than getting photos sent, we'll probably do like a pre-visit, kind of see what we need, what needs done. Can I just check, Arthur, are you still in here? Because if you are, you leave.
Arthur, my Arthur.
Yeah, I'm guessing so. He says, "Hi, mother. Did you use the chocolate mold?"
Oh, hi Arthur. Yeah, I've showed everybody. Just there's more people joined since then, so yeah, I've showed everybody. I've not used it, but I've showed everybody the chocolate mold. I'm probably actually going to use it for ice cubes because I feel like that would be quite cool, and easier to keep clean. So this is the chocolate mold that Arthur made. It says 20,000. I don't know if it's backwards on the camera because it looks backwards, but
Yeah.
20,000. Um, so, and yeah, I've told everybody about Madison's cake as well. But yes, Arthur is my son, for anybody that isn't aware.
You should be in
And
bed.
yeah, he's at his dad's. He's not here. That's I have no control over that.
All
But
right.
yeah,
Okay.
please leave and go to sleep. Um. Okay, so where are we at? Well, I guess I told them about Madison's cake. Go to bed.
Good
You're
night.
gonna have like 80 people telling you to go to bed now. By the way. Um. Okay, so are you ready for the next question?
Yes, yes, yes.
What new things have you learned on the jobs that we do?
I think the main thing that we learn is how to clean things better, or what
Yeah,
tools we can use for a better clean. I think I've learned how to speak with people like with a bit more sensitivity.
I suck at that part.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like I'm usually quite like a tough love, like just get up, come on, like do it. Like I'm a tough love friend. Um, but I think I've definitely became a lot more sensitive. Like I'm compassionate and caring and empathetic towards people, but I'm like, come on, we can do this. And but I've learned to be a little bit softer in my approach towards people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and then yeah, I agree with the cleaning part. Like I think we just did a video recently, and it was the footage from me doing a clean months ago, like back when we
Mhm.
first started. I think we'd done it for 2 months at the point I did the clean, and so we just released the footage for that, and it was really nice reflecting on how far I've come since then. Because that clean took me 6 hours, 5 or 6 hours, but I could do that now in like 3 hours and the same like level of detail. And yeah, I think working with Danielle has definitely helped as well, because seeing people doing the cleaning techniques on video and then trying to emulate them, you learn a
Mhm.
lot. You definitely do.
Yeah.
And like I remember when we first started, we would try like so many different like sponges and brushes, and like, okay, that product's not working, and most of the time we just weren't leaving the product to sit for long enough,
Yeah.
or we had the wrong tool. But now we're kind of learning how to do that. Yeah, so yeah, I'd say that's what we've learned as well. Okay, so Reva Hates said, my question is, how do you relax, especially after a particularly difficult clean? So we've kind of already covered how we relax
Mhm.
after a clean, but in general, Danielle, how do you relax?
I clean.
Not even lying.
Yeah, no, I like cleaning. It's therapeutic to me. And when I'm cleaning, I kind of forget about everything else. So yeah, I think yeah, clean when I'm stressed. Clean. Especially, like, if I'm, like, needing to like, declutter and I'm reorganizing stuff, I usually wait till I'm like, "Right, okay, I'm stressed, like, what can I do?" And I get that agitated way, and then I go and clean everything. It's therapy.
Sorry, I'm just reading the comments
That's fine.
because
I'll let
the
you
mods
answer that though, because I need to go to the toilet. I'll be back in 2.
yeah, the mods are asking if they should kick Arthur out.
Well, I mean,
Mods
yeah.
helping us parent. Yeah, actually, Arthur, I love you, but goodbye. Mods, kick him. Kick him out. He needs to. He's got school tomorrow. He should be asleep. Like if he was at my house, he'd be sleeping. He'd be in sleep. Um, what was the question? Or how do you relax? Okay, so I watch a lot of YouTube and I read books. I used to like sewing, but my wrists can't handle the repetitive action anymore. Um, but yeah, I also have this repetitive game on my phone that I've been playing for about 2 years now, that I'm on like level 300 and something. But lately, like, so when I kind of like totally veg out is when I actually watch people in Vietnam building like huts in the woods and little farms and forests. Like, it's really silly. They just go with an axe and create a whole land, and that's kind of what I watch to veg out and relax. But then Danielle and I do a lot of stuff together as well to like so that the relationship is more relaxed. I think we talked about it in our last video, but it's so that we're not just, clean talking business all the time and like YouTube stats and all that stuff. So we'll go out and do stuff together. We like to go to bingo, or I go for a massage every month and she goes like a couple of months, that kind of thing. So yeah, we definitely do plenty
Food.
to relax.
Food always.
Oh,
We always get food.
oh yeah, and food. We eat. Yeah. I do need to try crocheting, and I bought some crochet patterns and I looked at it and was just like, nope. But I'm getting there.
I really want to. I was doing when I was looking after Steph's kids, I was doing hammer beads, and
Oh yeah,
I've not done these since I was a child, and I was having so much fun. It was so therapeutic. But I would probably get like wee bags and I'd separate all the colours because that was
I've
really
done
annoying
that.
me trying to
Did you
pick
not
up.
see?
No,
So I've
I
been
was
doing
picking them
that.
out of the box all like mum, and I'm like, oh my god,
No,
this
do you know
takes
how
forever.
you get like? Do you know how
Oh
you get
yeah, it's
like?
in your K-Lax cubes in
You
the
get trays
boxes.
into little compartments. So that's even more relaxing than doing the hammer beads in the first place, is separating the colours. I've done that.
Yeah, that's what I was
Obviously not with
thinking.
all of it. It takes
But most
hours.
people that know me know that I like Highland cows. They're my favourite animal, and that's what made it Steph's house.
It's cute. I feel like you would probably like diamante painting as well.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
stick the little diamonds.
And you just pick it up and pop it on.
I've got a
I've
few
got
of
like
those.
a game on my phone that's like colour with numbers. Sometimes I do
Yeah.
that to relieve
So
stress.
yeah, you would really like the diamante, and I've got some of them in the house as well.
Mm.
Yeah, Danielle, Max said emo or metal. Depends on my mood.
Emo.
I don't think you listen to any metal, do
Not
you?
really.
No.
If you've got it on.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just seeing if there's any questions in the comments before I move back to the other question. Rave has gone power mad by the looks of it.
With a mod.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. I never even thought to look at YouTube for crochet patterns. I'll probably need to try that. Okay, so right, Arthur, get out of here. Also, if anybody likes like silly little animations and also the VR game, what is it called? Yeet or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, then follow Arthur's channel. It's a faceless channel, so you won't see his face, but he runs his own channel and he's very creative artist, so he does his own little animations. But yeah, Arthur, go away. Jamie's like, we're putting someone else's kid in timeout. Okay, so next question is from Odd, who said, would you ever consider going further afield to clean in the future?
You can answer
Sorry,
first.
because you're eating. What are you
Okay.
eating?
Jelly beans.
I'm so jealous. Okay, yes, we would, but not anytime soon. Although there is one person, like, so we have been reached out by people who are not in Fife, and we just always turn them down because we can't even get to everybody in Fife. There is one person who's pulling on my heartstrings, but Danielle's like, no, don't do it, because that opens a can of worms. But I'm just like, but nobody needs to know. But then also I'm like,
But I'm
so I
just
don't
like,
know.
we'd be kind of being unfair to the people we've said no because they're not within the
Yeah.
area that we cover. If we then do someone that is in the area we cover.
Yeah. I just feel really bad because there's supposedly a newborn baby in this house. So I'm like, but then that isn't,
We're not sure if that's the full case.
yeah.
So we are
So
going to find out and then cross that bridge when we come to it.
yeah. But for the time being, our focus is Fife, Fife free cleaning. And there is so many people in Fife needing help that,
Mm.
we can't really travel. But I would also like to do collaborations with other cleaners, So if they can't come to us, maybe at some point we will go down and
Yeah.
hang out with Remy and clean with B. Colleen, she's not that far away technically, so we could do that, but
Where's Colleen? Not
Netherlands.
Netherlands. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I don't know if there's anybody else in the UK. I used to think Not the Worst Cleaner was in the UK until somebody told me she was Canada. I thought she sounded like British. But anyway, so yeah, so not right now, but in the future, we want to do everything. Everyone's like, "Are you going to do this? Are you going to do this?" Like, yeah, we want to do it all. Just a case
Mm.
of when. And then the next question was, would you ever consider subscriber volunteer help for your cleans? That's also kind of a can of worms we don't really want to open, but also probably at some point we will. It's just, insurance and confidentiality and how do you vet the people? Like, you
Yeah,
all
that's what
seem
I was going to say.
absolutely lovely, but you could be psychopaths trying to
Yeah.
prey on
Yeah.
vulnerable people. Not saying
Yeah.
you are, but we don't know that. There used to
So a
be
lot of
somebody
people we deal
that,
with are vulnerable and they would happily give you their money and happily give you all their stuff. Do you know what I mean? We don't want to
yeah,
expose these vulnerable people to people that could impact them negatively and make their situation worse. So it
yeah.
is, we have thought about volunteers a lot since we started doing this because it would help us so much. But yeah,
We did take Charlene on a clean with us,
yeah.
but when we ran our cleaning business, Charlene was one of our employees, so we knew her. We know where she lives. We have her police check, all of that stuff. And
Mac, I'll be checking
no,
all your pockets before you leave anywhere if you come on a clean with us. Give you a pat down.
I don't know, but if it's just a cute little tiny turtle thingy, then I might let that one slide because that was adorable. Um, yeah, and also just while I was talking about Colleen, I used to, not Colleen, Charlene. Charlene started her own channel called Charlene and Clean, but I don't think it really worked out. However, like on top of that, she kind of started a cleaning business doing what we initially set out to do with our cleaning business,
Mhm.
and it's a roaring success right now. We refer so many people to her. We keep seeing video clips of houses and we're like, we've been there, we've done that one. That's great that they're now getting that regular help because she goes in regularly and helps them. And she even does a few free cleans. So her new page is called the Mindful Mop. So if anybody wants to check her out on there, pop in, tell her we say hello.
Mhm.
She could really do with the support because they're doing an amazing thing and they're making a proper go of it. We struggled because of staffing mostly and stress to do what we wanted to do, but she's kind of carrying on that legacy.
I need to go. My baby's awake. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. So yeah, so I hope that answers your question, Odd. Um, okay, I'm just gonna catch up on the chat for a wee sec before jumping into more questions. Yeah, Monique, I really need to reach out to Clean with B. And I had commented on one of her videos because I couldn't find her email address. So I had commented on one of her videos asking for it so we could connect because her video was talking about reading. And also we just want to be friends with her. Like she seems like a really fun person to be around. And we feel like we're gonna vibe. So I need to reach out to her because there are so many people, but she gets so many requests. So there isn't enough people out there doing this to help the number of people that actually need the help. Mac is defo a serial killer, as is Beth, but they're both lovely. I feel like that's what a serial killer would say about other serial killers, Rave. Bye, Alicia. Thank you, Danielle. I'm actually taking the braids out this week. But I'm taking the braids out and then dyeing my hair this color because this is like my favorite color to have my hair. This is the color my hair was when I got married. When I met my husband, like I've had this color quite a lot. So I'll probably I'm gonna dye it. But I don't know if I'll do it before or after going on the holiday with Danielle. Yeah, Jess, we really hope we get sponsored. So somebody had reached out to us about a potential sponsorship and we had a meeting about it a couple of months ago. but then we've not heard anything since. So I don't know if it's just been a miscommunication. So I reached out today just to follow up on the meeting because we had thought it went really well. So I followed up on that, see how that goes. And then we're just going to start reaching out to companies ourselves because we get offers from people, but they're third parties, and what they're offering is really either the brands and items don't align with what we're doing in our values, and we only want to promote things that we genuinely would use ourselves, or that we think would be beneficial to not only the people that we're helping but the viewers. So a lot of the people that have reached out to us were like, yeah, that doesn't really work with us. But then also sometimes it's like, yeah, we'll give you like $90 for an integrated video. It's like, we're worth more than that, so no thank you. And then you try to negotiate and they're like, this is just our budget. And then we've had a couple of people either ghost us or try and scam us. So not much luck on the sponsorship front yet. But we also didn't actually think we'd be in this position at this point. Especially you, Danielle, since you're back with us. Are you still muted?
No. Oh, Danielle's here. Hi, Danielle.
Yep. I love that you recognised her name. Good job.
Getting there. Slowly.
The colour reminds you of Sakura. But Sakura's hair is pink. I don't know if does my hair look pink? It's orange. Sakura's got pink hair. Okay. Jamie says that she's been aggressively pursued by an industrial lighting company. Thanks, but I don't have a warehouse. Yeah, we'd love to connect with like Colleen and Clean with B, because I think they're also, Colleen just announced that she's now an ambassador for Scrub Daddy, and Danielle would love that. So Scrub Daddy, hit us up.
I do like Scrub Daddy.
Yeah, personally, my hands are too small for the sponges, but you really like the product, and I love the power paste. But yeah, I know someone who just sacked the manager.
Yeah, Steph actually buys like the wee small sponges as well. I like the bigger ones, and I'm like, I like a bigger.
It's because like I get pain in my hands. So if the sponge, like I have really small hands, it doesn't look like it because in front of my face, but my hands are actually quite small and stubby. And then because I get pain in my hands, if the sponge is really big, like that's quite painful to use. But don't get me wrong, I do like them, but I think you like them a lot more than me.
Yeah, definitely. I use them for everything. I don't know why I brought the whole packet through me, because I don't know when to stop.
That meme, and it was I can't remember how it went, but it was basically talking about them missing the days when their mum said they could only have like 3 Jaffa cakes because now they just eat the whole packet. That's me. So the Stinkbug Potato says, do the colourful toilet stamps work? What are the colourful toilet stamps?
The gel thing that you like stamp onto the toilet.
I've never figured those out. I tend to get the ones that you put into the cistern, and then every time you flush it, it flushes the cleaning product through. That's what I use.
I put a lot of bleach down my toilet every day, 2 days. So
I need to get a pumice done on my toilet because we like gross TMI, but we don't really flush the toilet at night because the room is right next to my daughter's room and it would wake her up. But because of that, you get a build up. Okay, so moving on to more questions. We got so many questions. So somebody said, what was the one pivotal moment that helped you to start a channel? But I feel like we've addressed that one.
Yeah, I just wanted to be able to support people that didn't have the same support network that we have.
Yeah. And I think like if we were to say like a pivotal moment, it would be, so obviously Danielle mentioned that the reason that my friends were helping me clean my house was because I was trying to get guardianship of my brother who had been removed from my mum's care. But the reason that kind of also tied into me wanting to start a channel was because I've been trying to get into my mum's house and clean it for years, and she's never really let me. And one of the reasons. What's wrong?
My phone's on 1%.
Oh yeah, that would not be helpful. Is it charging now?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, you
Wait, wait.
just swore we can't monetize this now. By the way, the
Oh,
lighting's a lot better where you've got your camera right now, just so you know. Yeah, so I'd been trying to get into clean my mum's house for years, and one of the contributing factors to my brother being removed from her care was because of how bad the house had gotten. And if she'd just let me get in there sooner, I feel like that would have helped. My family live in England as well, so yeah. So my brother getting removed and that being one of the reasons did really help me to give me that push, because I'd been wanting to do it for a while, but that was kind of the push that I needed to actually take that to the next level and do it. Danielle, you can answer this one.
okay.
Are you guys recognized when you're out and about?
Once. We have been recognised once. I was
You have been
recognised
recognized.
in Aldi's. Was it in Aldi's? I think I was in Aldi's. And do you know what? It was one of those days as well where I just wanted to kind of get on with my shopping and do stuff. And everyone was like, "You do the cleaning." And yeah, we spoke away for a bit. It was quite. I was kind of like, "Oh my god, I'm famous." I'm not sure if I like this moment anymore. No, I'm joking. No, it was quite a nice moment. It was nice. It was lovely to like that face to face interaction and someone kind of appreciate us. But
Yeah.
yeah,
And I
I
think
know
we
like there's a lot of people like if I do go out and about or like go anywhere and I tell people like what we're doing and they're like, "Oh, I've seen that. Is that you?" So
Yeah, like when we went to
yeah,
Falkland and did the Explore in Fife video, and we were speaking at the shopkeeper, and we were like, "Oh, we're
yeah,
putting it on our YouTube channel, Fife Free Cleaning." She was like, "Oh, I follow you guys." That was really sweet. And then a couple of like we've done a couple of networking events as well, and they kind of know who we are, because we're on the networking pages. So I don't think
yeah.
that counts, but still. Okay. Uh, that question was, have you ever had to say no to a cleaning? So we kind of already covered that one. Oh, we answered this one during the last video, because it just cracked me up. Do you two ever quarrel while doing a clean?
No.
Yeah, we really don't. We're just like, sometimes we might be like, oh, do you want to do that? Or can I do that? But then really,
Mhm.
like, we don't care. So it's just like, yeah, if you want to do that, crack on.
Although the last one we did, I did almost shout at Steph. I kind of raised
Yeah.
my voice at her because she's playing evil tricks on me. And she keeps telling me that she goes, "Oh my god, you're not recording," when I'm like halfway through cleaning something and I'm like, "No." And I go and look and I am recording. But she's done it to me so many times now. Like the third time she done it to me on that clean, I was like, "I am recording." Like, stop
And
telling me that I'm
and
not.
then, and I think I forgot to say this during the voiceover, but karma hit me immediately, because then I forgot, like, I wasn't recording
Mhm.
for a very, very small section of the clean. Like, I think I emptied out the fridge and I hadn't pressed record on the camera.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you probably wouldn't have believed me if I'd said, "Oh, I wasn't recording."
I know. I've said to her now, like, if you keep doing it to me, I'm gonna be like, "I'm recording. I know I am. We're gonna miss like half of a clean because I'm not gonna check."
Yeah, it's because it's
So,
happened quite a few times recently where she's forgotten to record, or she's thought she was recording it and she wasn't. So
mhm.
that's why I'm just like trying to trick her now,
It's
but
because on one
I'm not
phone
gonna
when
do
you
it anymore.
record, but on one phone when you record, it comes up like a red square. But on another phone, it's a red circle until you press record, and then the red circle goes away. So that's what's confusing me. And I worked that out in the last clean.
Yeah.
It's the red circle and square that's confusing me.
But yeah, and I'm not very good at pranking people because I can't keep a straight face.
Mhm.
So I've only been able to like wind her up because I've got the mask hiding my face.
Yeah, she's looking
But
for positives for wearing masks.
yeah, Beck, crying wolf. She's not gonna
Yeah,
believe me now.
yeah.
Um Okay, so June wants to know, how did we meet? And I'm really sorry for people who already know the answer to this, because we have answered it a few times, but
Hmm.
yeah, you want to tell that story?
Um. So we met about 14 years ago. About 14, yeah.
Yeah.
Steph was pregnant with her second. I was pregnant with my first. We went to like a kind of mum's pregnancy group together
It was for teenage parents.
for teenage parents, and we ended up having our boys like 2 days apart. Steph was kept in the hospital for like 2 days, And then so basically as she was coming out, I was going in. And then we've been friends ever since. We've kind of been in and out of each other's lives. Do you know what I mean? Things change, people grow, but we've always kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Gravitated back to each other.
Yeah.
The universe has always pulled us together. That's how we know we're true soulmates.
Yeah, and then Danielle's second child and my youngest are the same age, so that was kind of
Mm.
when we reconnected properly. And I don't think we're gonna drift apart again now. Like there's too
Well,
much.
no, this is keeping us together now.
Yeah.
Especially if
Yeah,
I have that home with a secret underground library with a secret tunnel.
yeah. So if we drift apart, we're not going far. We're just going next door.
Yeah.
What is one thing you've learned this year that will help you going forward?
Going forward with the cleaning.
That it wasn't
Or just in
specific.
generalized. So going forward, I'll keep it to 5 free cleaning. One thing I've learned is pictures can be deceiving, and if they aren't great pictures, to ask for better pictures, ask for a video walkthrough, or hopefully when we have the time, we will go and pre-view them beforehand.
Yep. And then I think for me, um, it's more of the technical stuff, I think. Obviously, early days lost a lot of footage accidentally,
Yeah,
and like we've gotten a lot quicker at editing and things. So yeah, I think going forward, it definitely is helpful with Danielle doing like the raw edits for then me to then go in and polish it up because it
yeah,
saves so much time and it just works better doing it that way. Um, I don't know what else. There's loads, but it's when you're put on the spot, it's like, well,
yeah.
what do I think of? Um, okay, so next question. If you had to give your last year self encouragement, what would you say?
Um, it's worth it. It's worth it. The days where you feel like you don't want to do it, the days where you're struggling to find the motivation, the days when you just want to go, do you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. Just keep going because it's worth it. And the next time you do, or you have a day like that, do you know what I mean? It's not going to feel as bad, and you know that. Do you know what I mean? You're going to have a better day tomorrow, next week, or yeah, it's worth it. Just keep going. That's what I'd
Yeah.
say to myself. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. What do we do?
Um, I mean, I would agree with that. I don't think there's really anything. Oh, so I think I would say listen to your bodies as well. So I've had a lot of health problems the past couple of years, and I've been back and forward to the doctors. Um, and I'm just not very good at advocating for myself. And I finally kind of sort of got a diagnosis of
Mhm.
fibromyalgia. So that has explained a lot. Um, so yeah, if I was to like give my last year's self encouragement, it would be better at advocating for yourself and listen to your body. You know, if you need to rest, rest, and find workarounds and stuff. So that's probably the only thing I would add to that. But that's more like me personally rather than the 5 free cleaning stuff. Okay, so June's final question was, what is one goal you would like the viewers and to help us reach this year?
The viewers to help us reach.
Well, I'll just read the question as it was written. What is
Okay.
one goal you would like us to help you reach this year?
Okay. Um. Oh, that's a hard one. I'd definitely like to make it to 50,000 subscribers by the time we hit our second year anniversary.
I was going to say that was way more ambitious than me. I'm aiming for 30, but I
Really?
like your positivity.
Hmm. I just think once we're able to start pushing out more videos every week and we're hitting more families every week, do you know what I mean? We've managed to get to 20,000 in this 1 year with doing one clean, maybe the odd 2 day clean a week. Do you know what I mean? Once we're able to double that, surely we'd be able to do 50,000. You can, I'll be the optimist in this.
I'm always the realist.
Yeah, no.
So
Yeah.
It works for us. Yeah, so that's definitely one goal, is to get our subscriber count up. Do you know? Okay, just while we're on that, okay, I wrote down some statistics for anybody that's interested, because I got a notification from YouTube today that says it's your 1 year anniversary. Look at your analytics. So I did, and I thought you guys might be interested in it. If you're not, just don't listen. I'm still going to read it out anyway. Also, how cute is this notebook? Cost me like £12 in Turkey. What? And I had to go to a million shops to find it, and I only needed a notebook so I could study for my exam. But anyway, it's cute. Okay, so in our first year on YouTube, we have had 944,000 views, and I was kicking myself that we didn't quite make it to 1 million.
Oh,
So,
that would have been good.
so my goal for the end of this year, I would love if we could get to 2 million views, because I feel like 1 million is definitely achievable,
Yeah.
because if we're at 944 now. So by the end of this year, if we could get to 2 million views, that would be amazing. So that's my goal for this year. Although I don't know how we would achieve that, because really we can't do anything different right now. Anyway, so 944,000 views, 182,000 watch hours, 20,000 subscribers. We made 6,000 in revenue, which is amazing. Also, side note, kind of, 13.7% of our subscribers have notifications turned on. So that means 86.3% of you guys don't have notifications turned on. That's why you're missing our lives and when our videos first get posted. So hit that bell notification, and I'm probably going to push that in the next few videos that we do, because that's a really small number of people who have their notifications on. And then over the past year, 53.7% of our viewers are not subscribed. So we need to try and push that and get people to subscribe, so then they can hit that notification and watch our videos. So yeah, just some interesting stats for the first year for you guys. Totally gutted that we didn't hit that 1 million though.
Yeah, it's a bit
Do you know, like I said
disappointing.
earlier, we are so far past the point of where we thought we would be. We kind of thought, right, our goal was year one to hit 1,000 subscribers, because I had looked at all the statistics, and that was like an average channel hits 1,000 subscribers in their first year. They get monetized within the first year. We, mostly thanks to Mac, were monetized within our first month, which was unbelievable. Okay. Or did I start a whole thing with the fibro?
You've got some fibro buddies. I think that's what was going on.
Jess, I can really relate to the chronic fatigue lately. And you know, I've always kind of suffered with fatigue because of like on and off insomnia. I think it's called cyclical insomnia, but then also I'm borderline anemic. So my iron, whenever I've been really tired and fatigued, I've always just put it down to, my iron levels must have dipped to just below the line. And then I take some vitamins, but it doesn't really help. But so now that I have this diagnosis, I'm like, that explains so much. But yeah, definitely feeling the fatigue lately. What's classed as a viewer? So 30 seconds of one video is classed as a view. So you have to watch 30 seconds consistently. But the more you watch, the more YouTube then pushes the video out, because it counts as like higher engagement and stuff. Max says that subscription percentage is super high. It's normally around 10-15%. Oh, okay. Well, that's really good then. I didn't actually realize that. That's the thing, like I need to get we need to Danielle, we need to do like a video call with Mac and Beth and just talk YouTube. And like Beth is really up on all the YouTube stuff because she goes to the events and things, and then Mac's got the experience. So I feel like, if we can't meet in person right now, we need to get on a video call and compare stats and tips and tricks and what's working and what's not and that kind of stuff, because that would be really
Or we
good.
could just chat nonsense like we do anyway.
We can do that after we be productive, okay?
Okay, production first.
Okay. Now people are arguing about statistics. Yeah, I'm with whoever said they don't like statistics. Like, I enjoy hearing like statistics, and like there's this channel that I keep stumbling across, and it does a graph over like 20 years showing random things like the top 1% of people with money and different companies and how they've grown and stuff like that. And I will sit and watch that whole 20-minute video on 2 times speed, of course. But and I'll watch that and I'm like not interested in it at all. It's just really satisfying. But actual doing statistics at uni for psychology, hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. It's the worst part of doing it.
Have we got any more questions, or are we done with the question?
Yeah, we do. We're there.
All right, okay.
Do you ever use the facilities in the houses you clean?
There's been an odd time we've had to, but we
But
try
we
and like
really
go.
try not to.
Yeah, we try not to, or we try and like clean the bathroom first. Do you
Yeah.
mean if we know we're going to probably be there for quite a while, and we probably are, but yeah, we try not to. So I think there's only been a couple occasions where one of us have had to
Yeah.
use. Yeah.
I think what was it? There was one house. It was the house with the rescue dogs that we did recently. And we hadn't looked in the toilet.
Mhm.
And so I cleaned the bathroom. Um and I think we'd had like quite a lot to drink and stuff. And I was absolutely bursting for a pee, and the toilet was unusable, absolutely unusable.
Yeah.
And so we went out for lunch, and the place we were going to go, because we'd been to this house previously, because this was a couple of days over a clean over like a couple of weeks. And the cafe we were going to go to was shut for some reason. So we went across to Baines. They wouldn't let me use the toilet.
They
They
wouldn't even let me use the sink that I could literally see to wash my hands.
Yeah, it is a legal requirement in the UK that if you are serving food and you have indoor seating, you have to have access to toilet facilities to the public. Legal requirement. And they denied me using the toilet. I was raging. I'm still angry about that. I
Yeah,
would
I can
boycott
see
them, but I
that.
really like their subs. But yeah, we try not to use the toilets. But I do find that when I finish a clean, I'm so dehydrated because I've tried not to drink while
Yeah.
in a clean. Between the mask and not wanting to use the toilet, probably not great. That should be a goal, to drink more water. Um. Oh, okay. So we have a question. How do you feel about cleaning your own home when you return from your free cleanings? Are you so tired of cleaning that you have no energy left to clean your own home, or do the free cleanings give you motivation to clean at home? So we've kind of addressed this
Yeah.
because you always
I will
clean
always do it before.
before. Yeah.
Mhm.
For me, it's not so much a case of being too tired of cleaning. It's just physically I cannot do anything else. There's been the odd occasion when I've come back and I've had no choice but to get some cleaning done. But
Mhm.
usually if I come back and I sit down, that's it. It's like my body's like, okay, the adrenaline's over, you're stopping now. So then I can't get up and go. But if I haven't stopped yet and I'm still running on that adrenaline, I can sometimes keep going and get some of my own house done. But yeah, and then by then it takes a couple of days to depend on like the level of the clean. Like the extreme ones, it takes a
Mhm.
couple of days to recover from them. But the normal ones, sometimes, yeah, they motivate me to come home and clean, but not on the day of the clean. But the day after, I'm like, yeah, I did so much yesterday. I can definitely do that much today. Lies, can't, but okay, so that was all of the questions on the community post. Oh no, wait. The very first question we got asked, I think it's a couple of questions, was by Letters to Sunflowers.
Mhm.
You give so much of yourselves and still look after your families. You see things and deal with the cleaning and helping of people who struggle mentally, or who just have too many things going on. How do you deal with it not overwhelming you? Do you sometimes take a step back to prevent burnout?
I mean, yeah, we both. I think, you know what, we both look out for each other so much as well. So if I'm like, Steph, I'm having a really hard time right now, or I'm really not feeling it, or and we can both kind of judge each other quite easily as well. So like I know if she's having a bad day, she knows if I'm having a bad day.
Yeah,
Um, but sometimes it is hard dealing with all that. That's why I like to tidy my house beforehand. So then I'm coming home and everything's kind of fresh and clean and organized for my own mind and mental health. Um, and obviously when we go into some of these cleans, sometimes it's really overwhelming, and sometimes we get the odd ones where it's like I'll feel more attached to them, or Steph will feel more attached to them, and it's hard to kind of detach yourself once you walk away and leave that situation and not wonder how they are, if they've been managed to keep on top of things, or if they've got the support they've needed.
yeah.
Yeah,
That is so one of the things that we do to try and help like deal with not getting, mentally overwhelmed is we do try and set boundaries with the people that we're cleaning for. We are very much, we're here for you, we want to help, but our help has limits.
yeah,
We don't often we don't really want that to then continue once we've left. We cannot deal with the mental load of looking after these people once we've gone in and done those initial cleans. So we will try and signpost to other services. There's been a couple of people, we've kept in touch with, one person I'm now friends with. And then, a couple people are now our viewers, and so we'll chat to them and stuff. And then I think there was one person that we helped with, and it was the video that we were really angry on his behalf.
mm,
So we haven't kept in touch with him directly, but the person who referred us to him has been keeping in touch with us,
mm.
updating us on that situation. Things are going really well for him. Just in case anybody was looking for an update on that. He's had his new windows and renovations done. He's had additional support. He is getting the money that he deserves and things now as well. So he's doing really well, and
I
he's
really
so
want
grateful for
to
the
go
help.
back there and be like, look at the change.
Yeah, I mean that's something we
Yeah.
could probably do. We should like look into doing that. But yeah, so
Mm.
that's one of the things that we do to try not get overwhelmed is set those boundaries and try and stick with them. And then the other, do you know what I feel like we get overwhelmed with the most is the admin. We
Yeah,
cannot
yeah,
keep on top of the admin. Sometimes we just ghost our email and messages for days
yeah.
because neither of us can just mentally pick that up. Sometimes with the comments, like we love reading the comments and we do try and prioritize members, but sometimes we will heart every comment except members' comments just so we can come back and reply to members' comments a few days later. Um, Also, we do tend to heart every comment just because I cannot cope with the comments sitting in the unresponded section of YouTube Studio. If you don't heart it or reply to it, it stays there, and so
Mm,
every comment gets hearted. But yeah, it's the admin that overwhelms us the
yeah.
most. I think
I
that's
think, do you know what? The thing that I struggle with is people reaching out for help, which usually means like they are ready for that help there and then, and not being able to be like, right, okay, we'll be around next week. I haven't be
yeah,
like, right, we'll come to you and we'll come to you. And then them reaching out a few weeks later, like, where am I? And then having to explain to them, like, listen, you're going to be waiting a while. Do you mean
yeah,
like this is not a service we can just bash out everybody quite quick? And I think I just struggle with saying that to people because I don't want to be like, oh, well, you've reached out for help. You clearly need it right now, but you need to wait 6 months.
yeah.
So,
Especially now because we're like halfway through this year and we're
yeah,
still doing people who asked for help last year.
yeah,
We're still getting to those people on the list. We don't base our list, like I say list, we don't base our booking system on like
first
priority of
come,
who
first serve. Yeah,
contacted first. Yeah. So often we get like emergency referrals from like authorities, like social services. And you know that when they're reaching out, it's at crisis level where if we can't go in and clean that house, there's going to be intervention.
Yeah.
But then it does mean that other people are fallen by the wayside. There's been messages that we've missed, emails that we've not replied to, and it does. That's the thing that gets us down the most. Yeah, Mac, have we had that? I feel like we've had that. For example, the person you contacted today.
So yeah, we have had that a couple of times, where people have reached out, but then we've been like, right, okay, well, we need this, we need confirmation that they're all right with us recording, blah blah blah. They've went and spoke to them and been like, oh well, yeah, they're not actually keen on it, or
Yeah.
yeah,
We had
um,
we had one person, right, who actually knows one of us in real life, actually knows both of us, but different ways. And they initially contacted us and said, like, via Messenger, saying, "My mum needs help. Can you come and help her?" And we're like, "Well, you need to give us the details. Your mum needs to give permission, all of this stuff." And then we never heard anything else. And then a couple of months later, she contacted us again saying, "Did my mum reach out?" And I'm like, "What's your mum called?" Like, how do I know if she's reached out?
yeah,
Anyway, the mum hadn't reached out, and then it got to a point where she started telling people that we were not helping her mum. But her mum has never asked for help. We don't have any of the mum's details. It's the daughter that wants us to help the mum. And she was like really getting quite personal about
yeah. Oh,
help. We just have not helped because we can't. But yeah, we definitely did get that occasionally. So I'm just reading some of the comments.
I don't know what
I don't know
happened,
what
but you
happened,
just
but
kind
you
of
just
went
kind of went
out and then
out
back
and then
in,
back in. So it came
and
in.
now you
And now
sound
you
really
sound really
quiet, and I
quiet,
can
and
hear
I can hear
myself
myself. You're really loud.
talking.
Talking.
Something just
Something
happened.
just happened. My audio's gone very low. I don't know what happened. You flickered off screen.
So that's what
So
happened
that's
to
what
me. You
happened to me.
flickered
You
off
flickered off
screen.
screen now.
And now I can hear
Now I can
myself
hear
talking
myself
back to
talking back to
myself. This is
myself.
very
This is
weird.
very weird.
The mic
The mic
switched.
switched. How did, was I as loud as you this whole time? Well, do you know? I think we've been live for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, how long have we been live? It says we've only been live for a minute.
Well, it says
Well, it says
112 on
112
mine.
on mine. All right, okay. So maybe my connection. Anyway, we've been live for over an hour. We answered all the questions on the post. I think we have had more questions in videos, but we can tackle them another day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for coming and celebrating 5 free cleaning. You should do the outro for this, Danielle, since people can't hear me properly.
So what I'm meant to
So what
say,
am I meant
thanks
to
for
say?
joining
Thanks for
us.
joining
5 free
us. 5 free
cleaning, 1 year
cleaning, 1 year
anniversary.
anniversary.
Here's to another
Here's to
year.
another
Come
year.
along,
Come
watch our
along, watch our
journey.
journey.
Subscribe,
Subscribe,
like,
like,
watch.
watch.
Oh, if you want
Oh,
to. I
if you
mean, it's
want
not
to. I
that
mean, it's not
important.
that important. Everybody here is subscribed, or they wouldn't be able to comment.
No, I
No,
thought it was
I
just
thought it was just
subscribers that could
subscribers that
comment.
could comment. Yeah. So
But people
but
can
people can
join and
join
watch,
and
but not
watch, but
comment.
not comment. All right. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, you'll need to end it because you're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, see you
Right.
next
See
time,
you next
guys.
time, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.